Nuria, I have always said that this is an unholy alliance. And by that, I mean this alliance between the far left and Islam. This is an unholy alliance that cannot last. But who would have thought that this far left is going to water down Islam to a point that Muslims will be asking themselves these weird questions? Like, maybe is homosexuality legal? Or is porn halal? Is that okay to have anal sex? Sorry, these are the questions that a lot of Muslims are actually asking now. And to me, it is so scandalous that it seems like that there's an organized conspiracy against Islam, perpetuated by the far left. So the far left, we've always said, they're not going to compromise on certain things. Yes, they believe in protecting the minorities, and they have this problem against the right wing, and mostly the right wingers are Christians. So by virtue of that, they have a problem with Christianity as well. But they can't extend the same problem to Islam, because Islam is a religion of a brown man. So sorry, no, brown people are minorities, so we've got to protect them. But brown people, we are still going to force you to conform yourself to certain principles, that is, be LGBTQ friendly. They've been a bit soft on hijab and burqa kind of thing, but we all knew that that's not going to last very long. So, and now I have another theory that there's going to be another unholy alliance. I've been saying that for a while as well, that there's going to be far right, or the Christian right is going to align with Muslims. It's going to happen. You're going to see that. We're already seeing that. Alex Jones, I heard a clip of him saying that Alex Jones was saying, well, I respect Islam because Muslims do not conform. They do not give in to, this pronouns and LGBTQ and all that kind of crap, as they like to call it. But the decision of Muslims getting in bed with the far left has also damaged Islam to a point where they're thinking, what do we do? Linda Sarsour, Ilhan Umar, Yasir Qadhi, these guys were forced on national TV to say that it's okay if you're LGBTQ. Maybe not Islamically, but it's okay. You live in a secular country, that's fine. We have no problem with that. And they copped a lot of stick for that. But, Nuria, let me show you something. Just when you thought you have seen everything, look at the kind of books that are being published, that are being, I don't know who's behind that, but the kind of books that are being published to corrupt the minds of our Muslim youth. You ready, Nuria?
Born ready. In defense of porn in the light of Quran and authentic Sunnah.
What do you think could be? What do you think could be in that book?
I'm concerned that the reviews are so terrible.
There've only been 2 reviews, so go out there and give it a 5 star.
And an average of 1 star from 2 reviews.
Give it a 5 star. Okay, that's not it, Nuria. Just when you thought you'd seen it all.
Jeez, in defense.
Why masturbation
is not a sin in the Bible? A detailed refutation of those who forbid masturbation. Attaboy. That's a decent.
They've extended that to Bible as well. But look at this. Mm-hmm. Look at this.
Why sex from behind is halal in Islam.
Evidence from the Quran and the authentic
Sunnah. That I want to see. That I need to preview.
I think the Quran part is. I think it's that infamous verse. He's going to interpret it the way he wants to interpret it. That, your wives are your tilth. You can come onto them.
Oh, right.
I don't know. Look, it's a whole book. I don't know how many pages is written.
That's what I mean. You can only talk about that for like a couple of pages. What?
Yeah, I know. We've
again
shown
1 star or just about 2 with 4 reviews on average. Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, anal sex is not allowed. Look at this. This is Sahih Muslim 1435.
You just print that folder of yours, Horace, and make a book about the complete opposite and say, here you go.
It is permissible for a man to have intercourse with his wife from the front or from the back without entering the behind. So you can have doggy style, but you can't enter from behind. This hadith has been reported on the authority of Jabir through another chain of transmitters, but in the hadith transmitter on the authority of Zuhri, there is an addition of these words. If he likes, he may have intercourse being on the back or in front of her. So you can have missionary, and thank you very much for allowing doggy style, but it should be through one opening only, i.e.
Yeah, definitely no. Anal is definitely off the table there, for sure.
But this guy, I don't know, guys, maybe I'm just giving him free publicity. Maybe, those Muslims who are who want to try other things, maybe, you can, he
Get
might give
inspired
you,
from that book.
read that book. He might give you a good solid rationale that you can come to terms with. But that's not it. He also said why masturbation is not forbidden in Islam, dispelling the wrong argument that have plagued for centuries of masturbation. So all you cheeky young men out there, you're struggling, you're like, no, you're not finding a girl, you're an incel or something. Don't feel bad about it, okay? It's okay. It's halal in Islam. Okay, there's something more.
Not that they needed these books, because even Zakir Naik kind of said it was haram, halal.
Yeah,
remember a while ago?
He said that. What's this
Not
one?
that people should ever listen to him. Why premarital sex? What? No, this is not plausible. No. Why premarital sex is halal in Islam? The truth which no one has ever dared to tell you. Oh my! If Islam is this great, by the way, I'm converting back to sex slavery. I wouldn't mind being part of it again.
Maybe
premarital sex, they're sex positive in various other ways too, without going into the details.
But Nuria, because they know that the young Muslims are leaving Islam in huge numbers, or
because
becoming
they know
less
that
religious.
The young people don't want to have vanilla sex anymore. That's not the issue.
They got to give them something, so they're like, okay, it's okay, you are sinful. By the way, this narrative has been peddled for a very long time. It's okay to be sinful, but just don't leave Islam.
Well, maybe Horace, because they're like, the world is moving on to like these high-tech gadget sex toys, and men get sex robots, and no one needs humans anymore. So at the very least, guys, let them touch themselves, for Christ's sakes.
They're going to run into another problem. Did Muhammad know that one day we're going to have these lifelike robots? They're going to give a new fatwa. Muhammad had no idea. If you have sex with a robot, with a very sexy male or female robot, is that going to be considered zina, premarital sex? Or
that's a good question. Would it be one of your right-hand possessors, or would it be actual zina? Who knows?
Yes, exactly. Now they're going to have to make a fatwa, and they'll be like, how do we stop our people? Because if they say it's still zina, then your robot is going to say whatever you tell her to say. You can do the nikah with her.
What if it's like the what do you call it? What was that? What if the ruling on having intercourse with an animal, like you got to kill it afterwards, kill the robot?
No, but seriously, if they say no, it's still zina, you have to marry it or her.
Marry it, you stone it then to death, and you get whipped and stoned as well if you want.
You get a Qadhi, and you do the ceremony, and that's it. You say kabula, 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 yes. That's
hey, there's the issue of consent in a normal world, but since Islam don't care about consent, you'll be fine. Silence is consent. Even in the world of sex robots, men are fine. Muslim men are fine.
Yes, silence is consent. That's a very good point. So even people can actually. Oh my, Nuria, you're a genius. You just gave me an idea. So I was talking about artificial intelligence robots, but now these sex dolls can't talk, yeah? So playing with these sex dolls is not zina, because the doll is silent. So, silence is consent.
It just means she's shy, Horace.
Sure, that's it.
Yeah.
But only
this is all a joke, by the way, about sex robots. I'm not condoning anyone like Horace to actually do that.
Fine. No, but sex robots are fine.
No, exactly. That's why I was just making sure, because I just said to you to do your thing. I didn't mean without someone's. Yes.
Okay. So premarital sex is halal, but it gets interesting. Have a look at this one.
Why oral? Wow, this is a very chill Islam. Why oral sex is halal in Islam? Oh my days! Well, where, Horace? Can you think of anywhere where the Quran says give fellatio?
No, I can't think of anything. I don't think it's halal. I think I've heard some clerics say that it is najis, so it's not haram. It's just not favorable. God wouldn't like it.
It's very favorable to men, though. Jeez, how is that not favorable to Allah?
Maybe for some women. Maybe for some women too. Who knows? But as long as you don't squirt.
How are they gonna put? That's like the commanded sick and ordered to be well kind of situation.
No, it's like maybe pulling out. I don't know what they're saying. So I've actually heard Islamic. I've heard Muslim clerics say that. So that if you must, then you can do it, but don't discharge there. That's what they say. So
you know
I don't
why?
know, maybe...
Because they're so adamant that sperm is not lost. It just needs to be part of a potential procreation to add to our jihad fighting ummah, or another woman that can give. Don't waste sperm. That's the whole concept behind even the biblical reasons. You're committing murder every time you masturbate, Horace. You know that? You murderer. You shameless murderer. You cold-blooded murderer. How many times have you murdered this week, Horace? How many times?
I put them in the rightful place where they swim. The toilet bowl. Okay, listen to this one. Last one. Why homosexuality is not forbidden.
Oh, gee, I've heard it all now. I've literally seen and heard it all. You're absolutely right.
I reckon.
Okay.
So the author of these books is CJ Ahmed.
Under a necessity. When is it ever necessary to be gay? What? And okay, this just proves that people. No. I'm sorry, Horace. No disrespect, because you're also an author, but anyone. Any Tom, Dick, or no pun intended, Harry can write a book and self-publish under a necessity. You don't even know what being gay means. If people are turning gay at the drop of a hat because it's a necessity, tell that to the people in prison that have dropped soap. Did they drop the soap out of necessity? Oh my God!
It is a necessity. Like, if there's nothing available, then maybe his next book is going to be why sex with animals is allowed under Islam, under a necessity.
Honestly, let me just turn the tap of bestiality and gayness on when and as I please. Yeah, sure. But yes, it does happen. It does happen in the Middle East, where men who are deprived of their families, again, these are the modern slave labor that we'd consider all along, like all around the GCC. Part of the kafala system, where their passports are confiscated. So these men live in, I've talked about it loads with you, but labor camp situations are dire. Like, think about the worst kind of like hostel, in disrepair, just not conditions where grown men should be living. And yeah, they're deprived of women, of seeing their family, of, honestly, in Saudi Arabia, even just glances of the female shape and form, because we're all just covered in black. That's why even as a girl, I'd be careful if this much of my ankle was showing, it could be a problem. That's how deprived they are. So yeah, they do. I mean, I've not seen anything beyond, anything, because obviously it's in public, but I have seen them hold hands and act affectionate as if they were in a romantic relationship with essentially their partner. So yeah, it does happen in that way. But that book is bollocks. I'm sorry.
Multiple books. I don't know if that's been written by some ex-Muslim, because he put his name CJ Ahmed. I don't know if this guy's some troll, or is some Islamophobe, some white Islamophobe who's trying to cause
Sorry,
mischief.
CJ. No ill intent. But we want whatever you're having, mate. Whatever it is, we want some. Jeez.
But hey, more power to you, CJ. More power to you. We want to corrupt the minds of Muslim youth. We want to pull them out of Islam. And don't feel bad about it. If you're gay, it's okay. If you want to have premarital sex, it's okay. That's fine. You don't have to be forced to marry to your uncle's daughter if you don't want to, just because your mom and dad are forcing you to marry. It's okay. It's fine. You don't have to feel bad about every time you beat your monkey. It's okay. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Although do it in moderation, but it's okay if you watch porn. Like, it's better for you to do that than be sexually frustrated and harm someone in the process, right?
Touche. My message to CJ would be, though, if this really is the case, stop. Like, it's like you're blindfolded in a dark room with your arms out and you're trying to like find something to hold on to in Islam. If you're trying this hard to make all of these things acceptable under the banner of Islam, mate, the what's it called, Occam's razor, just scrape away and realize Islam isn't it, and do all of those things, but Islam doesn't allow it. If you have to write book after book on one sexual position that Islam clearly warns against, but you're trying to find in a 500-page book all the reasons why it should be allowed. And under a necessity, you can even change your sexual orientation, sure. But the easiest thing is just to shed the dead weight. Shed it.
Yeah, just leave it. Just leave Islam. That's easier. That's you wouldn't have to live with this baggage of this guilt and remorse over something that doesn't harm anyone.
And I promise them that whatever they're looking for, guiltless sex is better than anything you're probably looking for, experiencing right now. Guiltless sex is a whole new thing.
First time when I had sex, I was a Muslim and I felt so bad. But I got over it because sex was so good.
Yeah, that's usually the case. But then the guilt-free sex is just a whole nother level of not weighing you down. You know, you don't feel like filth the next day, or not be able to look at yourself in the mirror, or want to go read namaz, or think, what am I doing?
Oh God, please forgive me. I have sinned.
But I'll do it again tomorrow, but please forgive me.
And then you do it again, and the whole cycle repeats. If you like my video and would like to support my channel, then you can be my patron by going to patreon.com/xmuslim, or you can simply buy me a coffee.